Welcome to They're All People. Every conversation is a chance to give 1% more than expected.
It was one of those Mondays where everyone looked half awake and already behind. Jess had her coffee in one hand, her laptop in the other, and that creeping dread that the handoff from Friday wasn't clean. Sure enough, first email of the day. Hey, where's the updated version? She opened the shared folder and froze. The report was still labeled Final V3. No context, no notes, just chaos waiting to happen. She groaned, already feeling that pit in her stomach. Then she noticed something, a new subfolder. Ready for Jess. Inside, every file renamed, clean, with a short note from her coworker Alex. Did a quick pass Friday before I left. Should make your morning smoother. She just sat back and laughed. No fanfare, no email chain, just a simple act that saved her 30 minutes and a small meltdown. She shot him a message. You're a legend. He replied with a shrug emoji and, just didn't want you starting the week in chaos. That tiny gesture hit different. It wasn't about heroics. It was about care. The quiet kind that says, I see your load, and I can lighten it. By Wednesday, Jess caught herself doing the same thing, cleaning up a messy spreadsheet before clocking out, dropping a note, made a few fixes for tomorrow. And that's how it starts. Not a policy, not a program. It's what I call the +1 habit. And no, I don't mean bringing a date to your company picnic. Jake, you ever notice how the people who truly stand out aren't the ones grinding late every night or making some big show of it?
Oh, totally, Imani. It's so true. Like, you remember that one person, every crew has one, where you just think, man, they don't leave loose ends. Not superheroes, just people who find these little moments to be, I don't know, memorable. Like the person who actually wraps the extension cords instead of tossing them in the truck. The person who consistently goes the extra mile.
Exactly. For me, it's that coworker who leaves a 2-sentence recap in the group thread. I called the vendor, shipments confirmed for Tuesday. Simple, clean, done. Just that bit of care. I honestly started doing it just to see if it helped, and wow, people notice. Like you said, it's not about being the hero, it's about, well, being the human people can count on.
Yeah, the +1 habit, going just 1% past what's expected, actually builds this personal momentum. Like you famously talked about back in Chapter 2, Imani, it's called Organizational Citizenship Behavior, or OCB. The stuff that isn't in your job description but changes how people experience working with you. When you do that, your performance, your reputation, even who people choose to collaborate with, it all rises. It's that quiet credibility you earn by showing up a little differently.
And I love that OCB gets at something we don't think about enough at work, those little actions that aren't in the manual but make everything run better, like these small discretionary efforts that aren't required, not even recognized officially, but they keep the place flowing and people actually remember them. Honestly, research shows teams that do this improve morale, break down silos, and just work better. It's contagious in a good way.
Yeah, and to your point, Imani, and as we talked about last episode, it's not about your title, it's about being the person who sees what needs doing and steps up in small ways. That's what actually moves the needle for team culture. Crews with +1 habits, you can feel it. All these little extras add up, and suddenly it feels like us, not just me getting by.
We had a client email come in late one night. Everyone saw it and groaned. It was going to spiral in the morning. But before the sun was even up, someone replied calmly, fixed the issue, and posted in our team chat, handled. Everyone's good. You could almost feel the team exhale. Not heroic, just someone choosing to care before the chaos started.
Out on the crew, you don't remember the policy manual. You remember the habits that make life easier. We had a guy who wrapped extension cords like it was an Olympic event. Tight, clean, no knots. And the funny thing, people joked about it, and then they started doing it too. Because starting your day without tangles feels better. That's the secret. People copy what feels good.
That's such a good example, Jake, and what I love is that it didn't start because someone made it a rule. It just spread. This is the difference between a team where everyone says, that's not my job, and a team that's always thinking, I've got you. Academic research says OCB, those above and beyond moments, are actually what makes or breaks workplace culture. They improve morale, create trust, and just make it, well, feel safer to be at work. And you're right, culture shows up in what we actually do, not just what we post on the break room wall.
Yeah, let's get practical. What does plus one actually look like, not just sound like? Here's a quick hot list. 1. You're leaving the shop and see a teammate carrying 3 awkward boxes. You grab the door and clear the path without making a big deal out of it. 2. A teammate's on a call when the delivery guy walks in confused. Instead of pretending not to see it, you step up, sign for it, and stage the materials where they belong. 3. You're walking past the printer and see it flashing low paper, so you top it off. Not a big deal, until the next person avoids a meltdown printing proposals. 4. Your coworker looks overwhelmed trying to juggle 2 emails and a walk-in. You lean over and say, "I'll take the walk-in." You wrap that up. Small thing, big relief. 5. Last one. Your teammate handles an angry customer with total calm. Instead of moving on, you say, "Hey, that was solid. You saved us on that one." Recognition builds fuel.
And those little things multiply, right? It's this ripple effect. One simple +1 makes someone else want to do it. Honestly, sometimes the most remarkable thing you can do isn't big or fancy. It's just taking one more second to show you care, especially when you think nobody's watching.
You nailed it, Imani. People start sharing their plus ones. You walk into the site or log on to the call, and suddenly you actually look forward to it. The culture changes. When you know your team's got that vibe, you can take on more, together. Not because you have to, but because you want to.
So let's be real here. Not everyone buys into +1 right away. Some people hear above and beyond and immediately think, "That's not my job," or "No one notices this stuff." Maybe they're worried about piling more work on a full plate. I get that. It's a legit concern. But as the research points out, +1 done right is sustainable. It shouldn't burn you out. 30 seconds now can save someone else 10 minutes later. That's a win for everybody.
Totally. It's like, don't turn it into a hero contest. If +1 means some huge project, that's not it. It's a small, quick hit you can build into your rhythm. Don't care if it's tiny, like when sales mentions that the walk we're removing is probably 4 inches thick. But if it's more, there might be a change order. That tiny bit of honesty up front with the client keeps the project manager from having to defend it later. It's not about more work. It's about thinking one step ahead. That stuff, teams notice that.
Here's a way to really practice it. Pick 3 key handoff moments in your typical day. After each one, pause and ask, what's one thing I can add that shows I care? That's it. Say you finish a help desk ticket. Leave a note. Here's what changed, what to look for tomorrow. Try it in different departments too. The ripple gets bigger over time.
Imagine I'm wrapping up a project handoff. First, no +1. Hey, here's the file, done. Now with +1. Hey, here's the file, and heads up, I had Dave review the data in column C before he left. You're all set for next week. See, the second handoff, it just lands different. It sets the next person up to win. People love working with someone who does that. You feel it.
Absolutely. You change how people feel about working with you, right? And you start building something bigger, the kind of culture where people look out for each other. +1 is a bottom-up thing. Each person gets to decide how remarkable they want to be, and then it just multiplies. It's not a management memo, it's a human choice.
Let's wrap with a challenge. Tonight, write down 3 handoff moments you know you'll face tomorrow. And tomorrow, try that one small +1 in each.
And don't just look for your own +1s. Try spotting them in others too. Point them out. If you catch someone else adding a little more, let them know you noticed. That's how culture gets real. Remember, your +1 starts a chain reaction.
That's it for today. So go out, be a little remarkable, and we'll see you in the next section.
You've been listening to They're All People. Don't wait for culture to change. Start it with your next conversation.